Hey, welcome to my journey. Today we are baking. I have been itching to make a pound cake for weeks. I've just been wanting to make a pound cake. And then Holly, she found a recipe for a cream cheese pound cake, which I also have one too. But she made it. She sent me the thing and it sounded delicious. So she made it and she said it was just delicious. So I'm like, well, I'm making my pound cake too. But I decided to make a SunDrop cake. We hadn't had one of these in so long. Well, if you watched my, no, I hadn't done that video. Never mind. There's a book that I just found, 1974 cookbook from here in town. So I was looking through it and I found a SunDrop cake in there. I'm like, well, I'm going to compare theirs back then to mine. I want you to know there was not one iota speck of difference in that recipe and my recipe. It was the recipe. So that tells you how long the recipe's been around, and who knows however long before that. But SunDrop, oh, I meant to bring one over here. Look on my thumbnail. I'm going to put one on my thumbnail. SunDrop is a local favorite drink. It has branched out now. But we love it here. The closest, if you don't have a SunDrop that you could probably use to make this cake, would be a Mountain Dew, because the SunDrop is a yellow drink. So anyway, that's what we're making today. I'm going to turn around and just start cooking. First thing we want to do is get our pan ready. You want a tube pan. So I'm going to take Crisco and just put some on my paper towel. I'm going to coat the whole interior of the pan. Be sure to get down in the corners, or they're not really corners, but the round there. But get all that, and then be sure and get the center as well, because you don't want your cake to fall out everywhere except for the center. Then the next thing you want to do is take a little bit of flour and sprinkle it around. And this can get a little messy, but you just want to shake it until it's all coated. We get some on the center, so you'll have to maybe do that with your hands. And then we're going to take it over to the sink, and we're going to just tap on it to get rid of the excess. So this is what we're left with. Now we'll come over here and make our cake. All right, I'm going to use my KitchenAid. I'm going to try very hard not to get in your way. I have 2 sticks of butter in here. I let them come to room temperature sitting on the stove, the back of the stove, the burner that warms up when you're preheating the oven, to soften them up a little bit so they'll cream together a little bit better. And what I'm adding is a ½ a cup of Crisco. The same Crisco we just greased our pan with. Now we're going to cream this just a little bit to get it going. I just wanted to break that butter up a little bit, and then we're going to add 3 cups of sugar. And we want to cream this until it is nice and fluffy. Okay, I think we might be there. See how nice and creamy that is? So let's scrape this down. Scrape down the sides. And we're going to start adding our flour and our SunDrop. This is our SunDrop. We need 6 ounces of that and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And we're going to add it alternately. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour in. Start off slow so you don't make a big cloud. No, I missed a step because my eggs aren't over here in front of me. We want to add in our eggs one at a time, so ignore what I just told you because I didn't have them right here, so I forgot about them. So after you cream your butter and sugar, you're going to add your eggs in one at a time. Okay, that was 5 eggs. I'm going to scrape it down and give it one more go just to make sure the eggs are nice and incorporated. Now we're going to add our flour and our SunDrop. I'm trying not to come in front of y'all, but I don't know how good that's working. Did I tell you it was 6 ounces of SunDrop? Now we want to add a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of lemon juice. Now let me scrape down the sides one more time. Okay, let's take it over here and put it in our pan, our 2-pan. Okay, we're going to try to get it around. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do something my mama always used to do for me. Sometimes I would know the color, and sometimes she would surprise me. I'm going to do green for SunDrop, which I could do yellow, but it won't really show up. It was one of my favorite things about her pound cakes was the swirl. So there we go. We're going to put this in at 325 for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And don't go over there and keep looking at it because you don't want it to fall. Even though when they do fall and become sad, they're still good. But we don't want this to fall. Cake is almost ready, so we're going to start with our glaze. I have 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and it's soft because it's the one I keep on my counter. So I'm just going to whip it just a second. Most of it stuck to the beater. Now we need 2 cups of powdered sugar. And we're not going to do this in any kind of special way. And 2 ounces of SunDrop. And we are just going to beat it until it's smooth. Okay, right, it is smooth, you can see. So all we have to do is wait on the cake to be ready. It has been 1 hour and 15 minutes. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, it's still not done right there in the center. So we're going to pop it back in. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes and then check it. Okay, that was 10 more minutes. Let's see. I am actually going to give it 5 more. Okay, I'm going to take it out now because it's getting brown enough around the edges. Let me get my hand out of the way. And it's bouncing back pretty good. So that was 15 plus 10 plus 5. Is that what we did? Hold on, let me shut this up. So I will let this sit here and cool probably 10 minutes or so. And then I will go over here and invert it in my cake plate. All right, it is still hot enough where I need a pot holder on it. I'm going to put it on this plate first. There we go. And then I'm trying to hold these pieces of, there, let me get my lid out of the way. Hold on. I'm trying to hold down these pieces of wax paper. I got my air up there. It keeps blowing because that's going to catch. Maybe I'll do like that. That's going to catch some of our glaze. Okay, now we want to glaze it while it is still hot, warm. It's warm hot. So you'll hit it and the heat's going to make it run. Okay, it's not, the heat's not melting it a lot. What I'm going to try to do is spread some of it across the outer edge. Try to get all of the cake covered if I can. Okay, now I'll go ahead and pull these out. Some of it's going to settle down anyway, I'm sure. But I will let it sit out until it's cool. I'm not going to cover it while it's still warm because it'll just make condensation, drip on the cake, all that. We don't need that. I made a mess. See where I made a mess? We'll look on that side. So there's our cake. When it gets cool just enough to where it doesn't fall apart, I'll cut us a piece. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut us a piece. That nice crust on the outside, that's what I like. That's my favorite part of a pound cake. I don't know if you can hear it. There you go. There it is, and it's delicious, and it's not sad. It's set just right. Perfect. All right, there you have our SunDrop pound cake.